All right, guys, this is Emmett Stallworth again. Got a spec home here, and guys, we're doing footings, and there's just guys. I tell you what, you have got. I can't emphasize this enough. You have got to supervise your subcontractors. Now, in these videos here, I'm gonna show you a bunch of different videos where I'm walking them through things, guys. But and this is not a stab at Hispanic labor, guys. It's just that, the issue that you're going to have in most cases is there's going to be a language barrier, for one thing. And then number two, a lot of those guys are used to doing things the way they do it. And that's just it. And if you deviate, if you have rules or if you have instructions that deviate from the way they normally do things, that matters not. They're going to do it the way that they're going to do it. So you have got to go out there and inspect what those guys are doing and make sure they're doing it the way it needs to be done. Now, on this particular site, you will see that there's a lot of setback issues. There's a lot of things. So this house has got to be set exactly like I said it. And even though I went out there and showed them the stakes, they just did what he wanted to do. He lined it up with the road. You got to, and it's not enough. And guys, before they start digging footings, make sure you go out there first. Tell your guys. Now they will understand this. Tell them, don't dig anything until you get my approval. Because if those guys were starting digging, that whole house would have been in the wrong place. It would have been offset, and we would have messed up our field lines. Would have messed up our setback. Everything would have been messed up. So you got to go out there, guys. And now I see how people get sued, because a lot of time builders just give these guys a job and just leave them to their own devices and just let them go out there and do what they're gonna do. Guys, builders, you can't do that, guys. You can't just let these guys just loose on your job site. It doesn't matter whether you're Hispanic, black, white. It doesn't matter, guys. And everybody you need to be inspecting. That is why, guys, it is very important. It's very critical as a builder that you guys have got to understand the trades. You, as a builder, you need to understand what they're doing just as well as they understand it. Now, you may not have the resources and the manpower to actually get out there and do it, which is why you subcontract them, because you're not going to be buying machines and stuff, and you got to maintenance those machines and all this kind of stuff. No, you just need them to do the labor, but you need to understand how these footings work better than them. And see, they don't understand, and another thing, they don't understand all the setbacks. They don't understand field line. These guys are just there to install footings. They don't care nothing about all the other little stuff, all the other little details. See, as a builder, you have to understand all that stuff, which is why you supervise and make sure everything gets done. So they don't understand all that stuff. So they're just going to do what they do. You've got to inspect your sites, guys. If you don't, this is why people get sued. This is how lawsuits start. See, now, a normal builder probably, oh, man, that's okay. Just go ahead and leave it the way it is. I don't want y'all to have to go back and no, guys. Make them do it like you planned it. What's the point in doing anything if you don't have a plan? And then they did some more things. They dug footings where they didn't have to dig footings. Well, that's more money for me. That cost me more money. You see? This is so guys, I can't emphasize enough, guys. I cannot emphasize enough. You've got to get out there. Guys, you just can't cut these guys loose on your job site. And guys, there's a philosophy that different builders can have. One philosophy is, I just go hire the best subs, or the most expensive subs, or the guys who... I just go hire the best subs that know what they're doing, and I just cut them loose and just let them do it, leave them to their own. Don't ever leave anybody. I don't give a doggone how good you think they are. Don't leave these subcontractors to their own devices. When they get a certain phase of it done, especially on footings and concrete, stuff like that, you got to get out there and inspect. You got to pull your tape measure. These guys were really surprised at how I knew all the elevations on that site. I told them at each point, I was able to tell them what elevation they were going to be at. 4 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet. He was looking at me like I was a machine or something. This is how you got to know your sites, guys. You don't want to get out there. Now, mind you, those excavators guys kind of got me beat a little bit because I don't really understand. I can't drive the machines and I don't understand a lot about the dirt work. So yeah, they have an advantage on me on that. But you actually your footings and all those things, guys, you better have that stuff figured out, man. You got to know what these guys are doing. You got to go out there on that site, inspect them before they do anything. And then, guys, in some cases, you may have to just kind of stay there with them. You might have to just stay there. Just mind. And here's another thing, guys. When you actually pour in concrete, yeah, you're going to have to stay. You just might as well write that day down until they get everything poured and they get everything screeded and get it all formed up, or get all the concrete poured, and they got it, and the only thing they're doing is just kind of finishing it, and then you can leave. But when they're dealing with concrete, guys, you might as well just go ahead and plan to be there all day. Because I promise you, man, as soon as you turn your back and you turn back around, they're going to do something that you told them not to do. This is what I did. As soon as I turned my back, left, well, they did it one day. Then I called, and then they said, then I said, hey man, don't dig anything until I come over there. I mean, we're not gonna dig until I come over there and inspect it. And just like I thought, man. They had the house in the wrong spot. Builders, I mean, nobody, man. Framers, anybody, guys, you got to know this stuff, man. You got to know this stuff. You can't just cut these guys loose out here. I don't give a doggone what color you are. Hispanics, now mind you, there are challenges with everybody. The Hispanic guys, you're going to have a language barrier. It is what it is. Those things you got to work around. You got to. That's why you might have to be out there and watch everything. Black guys, they may not show up. White guys, they probably going to be too high. I can't afford them. I mean, everybody got challenges, man. Everybody got challenges. But guys, take a look at this right here, man. Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, you can hit right here. I try to put out information to help builders grow and builders think and motivate builders as well, guys. You guys have a good one. Thanks. This is a situation where we got the house mapped out. Now, I came out here with the guys yesterday. This stake right here, you see how this right here line goes along with this right here? But this line should go through this stake right here. See, we had the surveyors to come out here and do this right here. So that should go with it. So, but the subs came out here, and they actually, what they did was they lined the house up with the road. You can't do that. And the reason you can't do that is because this house needs to be pushed back over this way, and this front right here doesn't need to go through this right here. This is where this right here is the perk hole for the field lines. And so my field lines are supposed to be running like this right here. They're supposed to run like this right here. And now the whole house is in the way because actually this house right here should be at an angle. And I knew something was wrong because this corner right here, this corner is too close to this right here. This corner right here should be right here. And this whole house should be offset, kind of turning at an angle so that we can get our field lines in. Guys, you got to come out here before these guys start digging. I had to come out here and we need to stake this stuff out, man. Because if you don't, man, you put this house in the wrong place and now we got another problem. So there's no need to be digging footings until we get this house set right. That's the key. So it may take, we got to erase all these lines, man, and start over again. All right, guys. Pulling here, putting everything in, man. There. That's the point right there. Yeah, that point. And it needs to go through that one. Yeah. So we got to go through this point, and that line. Let's go through that point right there. Yeah. There you go. Oh, okay. So there needs to be a direct line going from this guy all the way up. That guy right there. So it needs to go up to this guy. Guys, I almost not want to leave, man, because, you know, you just got to be careful, man. These guys just, I'm not saying that they're bad at stuff, man. It's just that they're going to kind of do what they want to do. Because what they were doing, guys, what they were doing, they really disregard this right here, guy. And then I had a couple of points right here. They disregarded them. And what they did was they lined the house up with the road. Straight with the road. Well, we can't do that because all this area right here is field lines. This is where my field lines go. So if you see where they had the house marked, they had it in the place of my field line. So I knew that was a problem. So the house needs to go at an angle so we can use this right here as my field line area. So I can run my field, and you can see where the field lines are right there. I can run them. I can run those field lines. That's where the perk hole is right there. So we can run them over there. So that was the whole purpose of this right here, guys. So you gotta, that's the key, man. You gotta watch the guys, man. And you know, I'm just gonna have to kind of camp out here, man, until we get this stuff right here, until we get it right, until we get it squared off. I don't know what they're saying, man, but it is what it is. Look at the laser level right here, guys. You gotta see that laser level. Then those things, they automatically level themselves. Okay. Guys, so what we're doing is we're squaring it off. So we taking the diagonals and making sure we're in the right place. So I took the diagonals from here to here. Now he's fixing to pull it from here to here to make sure we got it right. To make sure we got it. We got it right, guys. I decided I'm just gonna stick around until we get. I brought some green paint out here. Get my green paint out here because it's not gonna be good to try to mark off, try to do it based on these orange lines unless you erase all of them. So we're gonna, you see how the house, man, you can't hardly see the diagonal, man, but if you saw it, it turns at an angle. And that's the angle that I need in order to make sure I get my field lines in, guys. So there's a lot of things that's going on here, man, that it's gotta be 100% right. We can't just, oh man, we'll make it work. Oh man, because to a degree, man, when I came out here, it's almost like the expectation was for me to just say, oh man, that'll be all right. We just go ahead and do it like that. But no, this house right here, man, you got too many setbacks, you got too many requirements. Not only do we have setbacks, we got easements we're dealing with, we got property line setback, we got field lines, we got rock that we're trying to stay away from. It's just a lot of things that, we're pulling it. And guys, you want to use a steel, when you're doing these things, you want to use a steel tape. Now, his tape is broke, man. It just bothers me a little bit, man. So he's a foot off on this thing, man. Is it good? Got it? You found it? We good? All right. I think we finally squared this bad boy off. Then once you square it off, then you can do all the offsets of the house. You can come in and, once you square this point that point, this point, you know, this point, that point, the furthest, I'm sorry. So you got like this point, you got that point right here, you have that point right here, and then you have this point right here. So those are the points that we're getting right there. Is that it right there? Yeah. Okay. I can live with that. Yeah. Yeah. So that means we're gonna shift over this way. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, it's a big difference from here. You see this wall right here? So now it's gonna go here. So we got about 6 feet on either side. So now it's gonna go from here instead of right here. You see? This was that original corner right there, guys. Now that corner's right here. Okay? So these are little things that you just gotta, you see how the house, you can kind of see right here how it offsets the house a little bit. I'm glad I came out here, man. So I got some green. Yeah, I got green stuff over there, man. So we can do it like that. That'll make it better. All right, man. God, you got to watch these subs, man. Guys, it's critical. So push that up a little bit. Huh? Yeah, this right here went up. Did it go up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So it went up just a tad bit, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be, watch, it's gonna be even with this. Yeah, so it's gonna be even with that, man. So we had already had this thing kind of set up real good. Okay, you gotta get that.
Nice, 11A over here.
Right here, so it came up about a foot.
Yeah.
So it came up a foot. So we got our field lines. We get that.
Okay.
All right. All right, man. I'm probably gonna come back over here a little bit later on and see this thing laid out. You know, they're gonna lay it out like this right here before they start digging the footings. May push the pour to Friday instead of Thursday. Yeah, guys, you gotta check these guys out, man. These guys are, yeah. So you can see, I don't know if you can't see that line here. I actually had it marked for these guys, man. You can see my line. You can see where they had theirs. You see where they got theirs? So now the whole house is going this way in, which means that that offset is gonna give us this whole area right here where we can put our field lines. See, we'd have been jacked up, guys. I would have been jacked up, man. I'd have been sitting out here. Guys, I can't emphasize this enough, man. You guys, you got to study your plans. You got to pay attention to everything. You got to. This ain't no, you know, because they're not concerned about all the setback requirements and all the things that's involved. That's just not their, it's not their thing, man. They don't give a doggone about that, you know. They're gonna get this check. He's gonna go home. All right, guys. So we in these footings, so it's starting to step down in certain areas right here. I think we get right here. So the green is where I am. That's my field line. So I'm running my field lines this way. So the green, you can see where we at. We kind of got off beat. So this is what it looks like. So I can run my field lines going like this right here now. Okay. It look like we go down real deep over here. So one more thing we got to do. I think we go in here. Oh man, we just keeps going, don't it? way. So we're gonna step down the footings here, and then we're gonna build those blocks. Those blocks are gonna come up. But the trucks, so we gotta look at where the trucks are gonna come in at. So the trucks, they can back and they can back in. This right here got to get moved out the way, and we got to get some gravel and fill it in one of these right here so that the truck can back and do his thing. That's the only issue that we have here, guys. You got to have that truck to be able to do his thing. You know, actually, on this, you didn't really need a footing right here. Like right here, this didn't need to be a footing right here. I don't think it did. I have to look at the plans again. But it goes around. I thought all we need is right here, because this right here is this drive. This is a porch right here. So these, tell you what, man, these guys, there has to be a language barrier. It's a thing, man. So we gotta, get that language barrier thing together. Let me look at it here on the plans. So, may have it. Yeah, you didn't really need a footing there. Yeah, he didn't need to pour footings. We don't need a 2 feet wide footing there. Don't really need one right there either. I tell you, man, it's just, ugh. Yeah. But I tell you, that wastes your money right there. That eats up your money. Yeah. All right, so they cleaning it out, but we got to get a clear path. We can get right up in here, so we can, so this guy can, so the trucks can back in here. If we can't back those trucks in here, man, it's gonna be a, you have to get a line truck. Well, not a line truck. You can't use a line truck on footings. So you can do a, we can do a, what do you call that truck? We have to do a boom truck. Okay.